Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. No greater effort in peacetime has been made than what we've seen over the last 12 months in our national response to COVID, at great personal cost, but also for many great financial cost as well. That's why we are now faced with an almost £2 trillion national debt before us. The level of expenditure is a cause of great concern and nervousness for me, as someone who has always paid within my way and who has always spent within my means. But I know the Chancellor will not want to be borrowing £355 billion this year, if at all possible, because borrowing at the current rate might be okay for the moment, but it does place us clearly in a position of risk going forward. But thank goodness that there is a Conservative Chancellor in number 11 Downing Street, because where would we be if we had a Labour Chancellor? I recall vividly the last Labour Chief Secretary of the Treasury. I've even got his note here just to remind me what it would be like if it was not a Conservative Chancellor, because I know that our Conservative Chancellor will look to get this financial situation under control, and I am extremely pleased that he is doing his work. And I think we will see a renewed effort across the nation after COVID to ensure that borrowing more generally, locally and personally, is also brought under control. I listened intently from my office to the member for Birmingham Hodge Hill. I'm very sorry to hear what he had to say, being very critical of the Chancellor and his ministers to do exceptional work in exceptional times, and also being critical of the Mayor of the West Midlands, which I thought was desperately unfair. And I just wanted to feed that back to the House, knew full well the extent of feeling, not just in this House, but across the nation. But, Mr Deputy Speaker, I'd also just like to say that in West Dorset, we are a community that continues to contribute to the national effort, to help ourselves and others, not just financially, but in that community spirit as well. But with 15% of my constituents employed in tourism and 18% self-employed, the Chancellor's measures in this statement are much welcome. So also is the 95% mortgage guarantee that is much welcome by young people to help them get onto the housing ladder. The measures to extend the 5% VAT rate, as indeed the extension to the business rate holiday, will make a huge positive impact to the economy in West Dorset. And I look forward, not just in West Dorset, to see an economic recovery after COVID, but for the nation as well. And I thank very much the Chancellor and his team for that. Thank you.